Hey, something interesting is happening right now in the financial system, and most people haven't even noticed yet. Hey, everyone, welcome to On the Chain. Jeff here with co host Chip. Great to see the OTC community joining us tonight, as usual, because tonight we're going to connect several developments that on the surface might seem unrelated, but when you actually take a step back and look at the bigger picture, they start to reveal something much bigger happening behind the scenes. That's right. Ripple is testing its RLUSD stablecoin in regulatory sandboxes. New wallet infrastructure standards are being introduced that could connect multiple blockchains. And at the same time, new payment rails are quietly forming that could actually reshape how money moves around the world. Now, individually, these stories may not seem like such a big deal, but when you actually connect all the dots, it actually does raise an interesting question. Now, are we watching the early stages of the next global payment system forming in real time? Chip, what do you think?
Yeah, Jeff, I think that's really the fascinating part here because when you look at all these developments individually, stablecoin test here, maybe a wallet standard there, a new payment integration, they kind of just seem like they're just like these normal, small, incremental updates. But when you step back, like you said, you connect those dots, those little strings across, you look like the financial infrastructure is being built in actual real time. And historically, when new financial infrastructure starts forming, it usually signals that something much bigger is coming. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to dig into what's happening, how these pieces may sort of connect, and what it could mean for the future of digital assets and global payments. And of course, we'll have our normal political segment. All right, let's get into it. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to On the Chain. Tonight, we've got a lot to cover. Ripple testing RLUSD stablecoin infrastructure, new wallet standards connecting crypto ecosystems, payment integrations, and what they may mean for adoption, what they might actually mean for you out there, and several geopolitical developments. Oh, that's going to be the best part that may shape the future of technology and finance. So let's dive in.
Let's dive in. I want to welcome first person here tonight, Hurricane. We spent some time with you last night. Never break the 5 rules, Narc Bros show. There you go. Never break them. We'll get into that a little bit later. We may have a special guest joining us a little bit later, and that means that's if the special guest can arrive to the studio location on time. Otherwise, we'll do it another time. So, but hopefully that will all work out. We have Art on the Lake down there in Florida. Got our Florida crew in the house right there. Chad, Celebration, Florida.
Good time.
Check out from Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. Tony's in the house. Visual Vendetta. If I had one question, it would be cryptos could be the future of money. I don't even get all these people worried about the stablecoin stuff. Who cares? Hello, Tony, says Mark Smithson. Smithson, where are you coming in from tonight? Has the snow melted in Florida?
It has not.
Man. Well, the good news is it never formed. That's the best part. So
neck deep in snow, so you might want to stay home.
Yeah, you Northerners, Florida is a nightmare. You don't want to come down here. Never want to be part of Florida. It's free and it's awesome and the weather's beautiful. So don't even think about it. What would you even think about it for, Jeff?
I don't know. Snowblower. Mark Smithson coming from Big Beaver, exit 69.
There you go, baby. By the way, I lived 1.5 miles from there at one time. Lived in a little house there.
Miles from there.
And I had like my man cave was in the basement. It was great.
There you go.
And my Macintosh down there and all my musical instruments and my big speakers and all that stuff. But this is pretty cool. I mean, what's going on right here is CoinDesk. This is Jeff. CoinDesk all of a sudden, like every 4 stories, they got to post about Ripple. It's like Ripple, XRPL stuff. And Ripple's piloting, like you mentioned, the RLUSD stablecoin in Singapore's Moss Bloom sandbox, along with, it sounds like Moss, like Spanish meaning large, more Moss, more bloom. But no, it's not what it stands for. It's the monetary something. It's an acronym. It's alongside the side chain from Unlock with a Q, testing automated cross-border trade payments triggered by shipment verification on what else, Jeff? The XRP ledger. Pretty unique.
I like this a lot. By shipment verification. That's huge, especially if you build it into the freight infrastructure. I mean, there's so much that goes on, and there's a lot of triggers in the freight industry, so to speak. That's huge. Cross-border payments moving. This is something that we've talked about a lot and it has to do with, you think about money that goes into escrow and verification process and all of that. If you can take that whole escrow out of that third party control and you can just automate this whole thing, loving it.
Can crush it, man. I mean, so Ripple posted this up over here. They joined the Monetary Authority of Singapore, which is the MOS. That's where you get the MOS from. And they spelled it out. They didn't say Moss Bloom because no one knows what the hell Moss Bloom is, Jeff.
Right. We're like, man, you got to check your allergies because there's going to be a big bloom.
I'm so tired of these companies using all these analogies. Like, we're supposed to memorize them all the time and know exactly what they mean. I knew as the monetary, I thought there's something I could. It was a monetary authorities, right? Partners with Unlock. So this is kind of a cool thing. They're partnering with the leading supply chain finance technology partner Unlock. Ripple will pilot that use case, aim at transforming cross-border trade settlements. It's the first time I think we heard about this, Jeff. Doing trade settlements, kind of like a
newly announced today.
Yeah, project aims to showcase that viable model for Singapore's future development of innovative and interoperable settlement infrastructure. The joint initiative features Unlock's SC Plus trade finance infrastructure, which integrates trade obligations, settlement conditions, and financing workflows. Man, I hate these press releases. It always sounds like some attorney wrote them, and they want.
I didn't really understand this.
They want to trip you up on the read. You gotta like take this and post it into like AI and just like, hey, we just like streamline this for me. What the hell it says?
It's 8:15 at night. We're trying to put a podcast together, and they want us to dissect this legalese.
Yeah, the solution leverages Ripple's institutional grade infrastructure, the XRP ledger, and the Ripple RLUSD, a trusted enterprise grade. So it's like, dude, what does it just say? Hey, we do this cool shit. Just say it. Ripple and Unlock are using digital settlement assets like stablecoins, tokenized liabilities. We've taught
put that into first grade level.
When are they going to start tokenizing the debt? Is like, I don't even know what a tokenized bank liability is. Is that debt? Structural inefficiencies in cross-border trade settlement payments are released only when predefined commercial. This sounds like a smart contract right here, Jeff. Payments are released only when predefined commercial conditions are met, such as shipment verification. Like, what are they doing this? Maybe some kind of verification, because they say that they're gonna. It's great that they have the transparency, this approved access, but I mean, how are they doing that? Like, that seems that would trigger VS. How do they know when the conditions met? And then they have the
so a tokenized bank liability or a tokenized deposit are actual digital representations of traditional bank deposits recorded on a distributed ledger blockchain rather than legacy bank systems. These tokens represent a direct one-to-one liability of the issuing bank, maintaining regulatory compliance, deposit insurance, and stability.
Jeff, I don't even know what you're talking about. I lost you after you said the third word.
Tokenized bank liability.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
They stay on the bank's balance sheet, but they represent a direct claim on the issuing commercial bank.
Interesting.
Yes, it's very
and
very
then this
in-depth, very important.
This. So that potentially is our guest right there. 80 Never Calling. Not going to reveal that. Here's with Rufus. Patrick told me this would be smart from Naples, Florida. Hell yeah, man! You can join our Florida crew.
It is smart.
It's a heavy Florida crew in here.
Very smart.
Jeff, just if you can, would you just read, see if you can get through this? Because I'm pretty sure a person never said this. Fiona Murray.
Let's see. Managing Director, Asia Pacific at Ripple. Okay, let's see if
she's the statement that attorney wrote for. Let's listen to it.
Okay. Singapore continues to take a leading role globally in providing the regulatory clarity that was necessary. I'm already getting tripped up, and I'm one sentence in. Providing the regulatory clarity necessary for the digital asset space to thrive. Ripple is incredibly excited to be part of the Bloom, an initiative that perfectly aligns with our commitment to compliant real-world utility for blockchain technology. I'm sure it's possible that was said, cleaned up a little bit a few times, but that makes sense. It's pretty much out there now. The other stuff that was written up there, I don't know if someone could repeat that, word for word without.
Well, no one really says I'm incredibly excited.
I'm incredibly excited, but you're not.
Didn't say Moss Bloom though. Didn't say Moss.
Ripple is incredibly excited.
I'm going to read the Letitia Chow. You know what she's want to say? She's the president and chief risk officer of Unlock. She said, Bloom represents an important step towards modernizing trade finance infrastructure in a controlled and regulated environment. Though SC Plus, we're demonstrating how digital settlement rails can be integrated into existing trade and financing workflows without disrupting commercial relationships. Collaboration with Moss and Ripple enables us to explore scalable, interoperable models. Okay, that was not written by her. That was an attorney. I love what you're saying, but just a little more conversational. That's all I'm saying.
Well, she is the chief risk officer, so I'd hope that she would be able to put that together.
She's probably an attorney, and that would make more sense.
What is the SC plus, by the way?
I don't know what that SC plus is. Through SC plus, I don't think they've ever. Did they define that?
Built on the XRP ledger, SC plus solution. The SC plus. Are we tripping all over these words? There's a lot going on in this whole thing with the Moss Bloom and the SC plus, and then you got the ledger, and the RLUSD. Got to look that up. The SC
plus. The SC plus. Okay, it's Unlock smart contract driven trade finance platform. There we go. I was like, it has to be. That's what Unlock is. Okay, so Unlock is got it. Okay, so I was like, this sounds like smart contracts all over the place. So that makes sense.
Mark Smithson got it. That's
Sports Center. It's definitely right. Sports Center. It has to be Sports Center. There's no doubt about it.
There's no question.
There has to be 82% of RLUSD circulating supply sits on ETH. That's correct. The remaining 18% on the XRP ledger. You got to go where the people are. You got to go where the usage is going to be. Mark Smithson, because the volume will, XRP volume will, eventually overtake ETH. Well, it has been there before, but we got to see if that's actually going to happen. So not fractionalized lending instruments. No, of course not. You got
they don't want that.
What are the banks going to do when they lose their fractional with all their fractional BS they got going on over there?
They're going to figure out how to structure it within the blockchain. You can still do it. They just got to finagle it. They're trying to figure it out right now, I'm sure. As all these institutional projects or products start rolling out, then the banks have to figure out how they're going to get their cut. Otherwise, they're getting gobbled up by the. They're going to definitely, get. This is a bore fest. Bear Clooney watches.
Who said that?
We're not. He's waiting for.
He's joining at the last hour. It's a bore fest.
I know where Patrick is. He's coming in like soon.
Charles
coming in soon. We can talk watches and all that good stuff. I was gonna wear my good Casio for tonight just to show off to all the watch
bros. The calculator on it, Jeff?
It has the calculator. That was probably the best watch ever made.
The best watch ever made is right here, boss. This has the nuclear time. It's exact to the 10th of a second right here. I don't know. It's like, I mean, if I wanted to wear watches, Jeff, or if I wanted to carry time, I would carry one of those. What are those timers? Like those, you flip it over and the sand goes through there.
I actually have one in the office.
Like we could have one on each shoulder, like I do. Like the people carry those around, but no, they still wear watches, right? Because
it's always in a James Bond type movie too. If you get the evil guy,
but if it does something cool,
here you go. You put that sand timer in front of them so they can watch their time dissipate.
Yeah, that's for the dramatic buildup, but nobody uses it in day-to-day life. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Unless you're an evil character.
I was going to pull that out for come on. Nobody's using that shit.
You can carry it in your pocket.
Not even. No one cares. No one even watches.
Hourglass. That's what it's called.
I knew it was called something. I don't know. See, you probably, there you go. Charles, you got to help. Charles from Pittsburgh. Charles has one. I guarantee it. How much you want to make a bet that Charles has one? Probably sitting on his desk.
The thing is, we couldn't think of what it was. We got.
Should we know what it is? My God, he studied in grade school.
Right, days of our lives. Yes.
How the hell do we know, man?
These are days of our lives.
Let's talk a little bit about MoonPay. So MoonPay, this is interesting here. Like this kind of came out of nowhere, but MoonPay is one of the 20 plus partners for Open Wallet Standard. So here's the video that they released. We'll talk about it. Built with support from, look at all these companies. Solana's in there, Base, Sui, Unilock. We got Circles in there. You also had Ripple in there. So it's pretty much had everybody in there. But that was like the little video that they put out. We'll transition back to kind of dive into this a little bit to see what's going on over here. Let's go here. Here we go. So yeah, I remember Carolyn Pham. She used to be over at the CFTC. She was the acting CFTC's chair, and then she said, "I'm out of here." Once I actually thought they should have made her the CFTC. I thought she was doing a lot of good work, But they're like, no way, we'll just get somebody else. And then they got somebody else. And then now she's hanging out over there, which is awesome. So they put up this open wallet thing, which is here, OWS, the open wallet standard. What is it? They're open sourcing open wallet standard, secure, local first protocol that gives AI agents, developer tools, a single way to store keys, manage wallets, and sign transactions across every major blockchain. One vault, one interface.
Every chain.
And how do you like that?
Man, this is integration. This is actually going, to where we really need to go, cross chain. I like that concept. I like every chain. I also like one interface. Get so sick of too many interfaces, too many apps. Don't remember which app does what. Don't remember what the app is called. Can't find it. And I just want one source. Give me one thing and so I can remember it. And you can't forget MoonPay. If you forget MoonPay, then you're messed up, So easy to remember.
MoonPay. It's great.
That's it. Gotta love it.
But if you look at this little video right here, OWS wallet created an open standard that unifies how agents interact with wallets. Currently, every CLI agent and script implements its own key management. Keys are scattered everywhere, no shared security.
Yep.
And this is where the mess comes in. Like the more shit you have laying around, and agentic payments stacks arise. So if you think about agentic, regular AI is you type something into the prompt window and the prompt window returns something. Agentic allows an AI agent to do things on your behalf. If you guys are familiar with OpenClaw, hasn't worked out for some people because it went in and reset their bank passwords, and started responding to spam email. That's not good.
That's not a good thing.
Because there's a gap in the stack that nobody addressed. Every one of these protocols assumes your agent already has a wallet. Well, if your agent doesn't have a wallet. So this is really cool. So the XO402 signaled the EIP 309 authorization. The MPP needs a side payment from a funded account. They define how the agents pay. None of them define where the private key lives. And that is another big potential. You got to have guardrails around agentic stuff and what they can actually do. The problem, Jeff, why don't you take this part right here? Talk a little bit about the problem with this is here.
So let's be specific. Let's be very specific. You're building an agent, very specific here. Let's be specific. It's almost like, let me be clear. Don't
say that, Jeff, because if you say that, that's what a politician says. Whatever they say means complete bullshit. They say, let me be clear. You're like, nothing's clear is coming after that.
So if I say, let me be clear, let's be specific.
Okay.
Are they kind of along the same path here? Can I just draw that? Imagine you're building an agent. It needs to sign infrastructure. No, it needs to sign transactions. Here's what that looks like today. Your private key is a hex string in an .env file or an environment variable or a plain text field in a JSON configuration. Your agent process reads it at startup, holds it in memory for the entire session, and then passes it to whatever signing library you might be using. If you're on the Ethereum virtual machine, the EVM, you're using ethers.js or VIEM. If you're over on Solana, or if you're also on Solana, you're using @Solana/web3.js with a completely different key format. Now, Bitcoin, yet another library, another derivation scheme, another set of foot guns. So now you have 3 private keys, 3 signing implementations, and 3 surfaces where those keys can actually leak through logs, through crash dumps, through the LLM context window itself, if your agent framework isn't careful about what it passes upstream. Now, this is kind of a danger of the agentic, right? Because you got all these things, a little bit of confusion, too much going on. So we want to streamline it. So Cloud KMS services solves part of this, but they introduce a different set of trade-offs: network latency on every signature, a custodial dependency on a third party's infrastructure, vendor lock-in to proprietary APIs, and a recurring cost that scales with transaction volume. For many agent use cases, especially high-frequency micropayments, offline capable systems, and self-hosted deployments, a cloud round trip on every... This is really interesting. So we're looking at the problems. A lot of open space here. Got to figure this out. The core issue, according to them here in this article, isn't that nobody's built a wallet before, because as we all know, there's lots of wallets out there.
Too many.
It's that there's no shared standard for how agent wallets should work. I think there's really no standard for how all wallets should work,
True.
because we need simplification. And Chip, you and I have talked about, to get mainstream adoption, you got to make a mainstream product. And if it's not mainstream and difficult, and you have to plug something in with codes, and you have to have pass keys and all these things you have to store somewhere in a safe and in a bank, that's maybe 10 miles from where you live, just so nobody will know where you're storing your keys, and all this stuff, and redundancies, and maybe you have them in 3 different bank vaults, just in case. But
so
here you go, open wallet standard, Chip.
Yeah, so they built this open wall, and this is good because I think this is something that had to be done. I'm just kind of surprised nobody's done it, because even when I was looking at agentic transactions, the problem is if you have even if you have an agentic agent, you can't give it access to a wallet, and then if you give it access, it never has its own wallet. So this is a good idea. So it's simple. You just have one encrypted vault. It's on your machine. You have one interface, one for every chain. The security models and private keys never exposed to the agent, the LLM, or any parent process. And man, you can read the OpenClaw stories out there. People are like, yeah, just dive into it. Meanwhile, no guardrails at all. So what that means concretely means that you have one mnemonic every chain. You have one signing interface. You have one Rust core every runtime, encrypted at rest, wiped after signing. Because if you
that's
the beginning,
that's good right there. That's great.
Talking about holds in memory, you have a crash, goes to a log. Now that's exposed. People can get at it. And if you're on a PC, you're really screwed, Jeff, because people could hack the crap out of those things. The key is decrypted, only produces signatures. So developers, and it gets into a lot of heavy stuff. We don't have to get into that. But the cool thing is they're moving into a place where this shift is inevitable. Really, they're the first ones to do it.
It's really amazing that nobody else has really thought through this.
Well, look at this, Jeff.
And protection.
I love what they did here. Look at this. So you have, look at everybody that's participating in this open wallet standards. Everyone, PayPal, big exchanges like, OKX, you got Ripple, Tron, the Ton Foundation, Solana, Ethereum, Base, Polygon, Sui, the Filecoin, Layer 0, eFlow, Uniblock, Virtuals, Arbitrium, Dynamic, Alien. And this is just for starters, right? Sir, I was actually kind of surprised to see Circle in there, but again, a lot of legitimacy here with
it's all of them, a whole bunch of them.
And it's live today, so you're going to start seeing more and more of this. And I would imagine a lot more people would adopt this over time. I would imagine. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Jeff, this is, I don't know. Sometimes I like what's up, Rain here. Bringing the tech to the wallet they have. That's right. It is. Now check this out. This is kind of cool. I always love when a company has a little bit of humor, because I read this and I laughed out loud. I was like, wait, what? So here's the post that MoonPay put up. MoonPay put this post on X. Breaking: a MoonPay executive director just leaked their new headless Apple Pay integration live at Solana Accelerate FinTech Series in New York City. We've reached out to MoonPay reps for comment on this shocking development. Okay, so it is. So they leaked it on the official MoonPay account, Jeff. They reached out to MoonPay reps, which this is the MoonPay. So people are asking all kinds of crazy stuff in the comments, like the MoonPay team can't stop shipping, always be shipping. How is it a leak if you post it from your own account?
I don't understand the question.
This is I instantly love an organization that has this. If it's real, that's a massive UX unlock. It's real. Big if true, big. Eyes, wink. Do your own the other eyes again. So I like when these companies have a little fun. It's a fun way to announce, some news that, but it was good, clean fun, Jeff. I like when a company does that.
That was a lot of fun.
And Uphold is doing something interesting too. Do I have this video? I don't know that I downloaded this video.
Before you get over to that, Mark Smithson posted this. CoinDesk said that X Money is set to launch in April. That's a couple days.
You've been hearing that for a long time. I've heard March, April.
So if it's really coming, it's on it. It's close. He's not going to launch it. But it's good. What do you think?
Yeah, it has been testing though. They've been testing this on William Shatner's been doing. He's 95. That guy's unbelievable. He went and talked to somewhere. He's like, and they were singing him happy birthday. And he goes, can we move this chair closer to the audience? He put it right on the edge of the stage. I thought he was going to fall off. I was like, oh no, this guy's going to go off the stage. So this is kind of a cool new development. We're starting to see new innovative ways to react with crypto. Remember, Jeff, you and I talked years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, about the on-ramps, off-ramps. Why do you need on-ramp, off-ramps if crypto is adopted at a mass scale? You just pay in crypto. And so who gives a shit if this whole thing with the Clarity Act about, oh, the banks aren't going to offer yield on stablecoins. I'm sorry. Do we all use crypto? I'm like, you're going to be, do you really got to, so turn it into something else and go get yield. You can earn between 5 and 8% on your XRP right now. Well, I don't understand what the thing is. So here we go. But this is a new development from Uphold.
Exactly. Protocol.
Do you hear the sound there, Jeff?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
Unique in that it allows you, Exactly protocol is unique in that it allows you to get fixed rate loans. Most DeFi protocols let you get variable rate loans. So when you take out a balance, you don't know if your interest rate is going to be 2%, 3%, or 30%. With Exactly, we show you exactly.
I like that he had to say that. With Exactly, you exactly get like he's like, if you think about it, it's like some skit from Saturday Night Live. Look at this.
Exactly what you'll need to pay. Exactly, we show you exactly.
John, you know what the problem?
We show you.
It's called Exactly.
With Exactly, we show you exactly what you'll need to pay over up to 8 payments. You can take out a loan using the Visa credit card that's issued as part of your sign up with the Exactly protocol. The Visa credit card, accepted worldwide wherever Visa is accepted, allows you to spend your crypto in the real world and pay back those loans over time. You can use any of the funding sources in your Uphold wallet to pay back those loans.
I'm guessing if you're a Michael Saylor, you leverage 2 billion of Bitcoin to buy back 4 billion. What's going to end up being 4 billion just to buy some more Bitcoin. But I think it's an innovative idea. I mean, I think it's pretty decent for them.
Now it's fixed, so it's still tethered or tied back to your deposit.
And we've got that's true.
Credit. So it's still tied back to your holdings. You can still get liquidated.
Oh, hell yeah, you can get liquidated. But the difference here is it is fixed, right? So going into it, if you took out a loan for X, whatever the period of time was, that it's X amount of, like he said, 8 payments. So it's not like you don't know. Everything's spelled out up front. So it's getting a little bit better, but it's not the end all be all.
Are these loans where I have to pay the money back?
No, you just get liquidated, Mark.
Just asking.
And then every once in a while, David Schwartz, former CTO of Ripple, now he sits on the board, but he came up with something here that most people miss. There's a little bit of wisdom. A tax return is that thing you file with the government to report your income and expenses. A tax refund is money you get back if you paid more taxes than you should. Yes. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Every once in a while, he does crack me up with his humor. Sometimes but people are so excited when they get a big tax. I'm like, dude, that's because you gave them the money up front, dude, so you're getting it back.
So Joe was asking, what percentage do you have to put up for collateral and what interest rate? And is there a way that you can set up a non-liquidation situation?
I don't think you can set up a non-liquidation setup. I mean, if you don't pay it back, you're using your crypto as collateral, right?
Right. So you still get liquidated with the drop, the devaluation. Then you got to up your holdings to offset on the collateral.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, we've known people that have gotten liquidated, man, and it's a sad day when that shit happens. But it's not going to stop people from doing it, being over leveraged and everything. But I wanted to talk about this story here. The Hong Kong Monetary Authority promised a stablecoin announcement before the end of March. They better get going. Next Wednesday is April 1st. And the biggest names in the banking could be behind it. You got this guy right here. And hopefully I did share the sound properly. Let's do this.
The HKMA.
Listen to this, Jeff. Listen to this and you tell me what you think is going on here. Because I'll tell you what I think is going on here.
The HKMA, which is Hong Kong Central Bank, promised an announcement about stablecoins in March. We've got less than a week left in March, so right now it's wait and see. What we do know, however, is that when the announcement happens, it'll likely involve some of the world's biggest banks. It'll involve HSBC, Standard Chartered, and Bank of China, Hong Kong. These banks have a status in the city where they actually issue the notes, the bills in circulation. It's quite a unique system where only Scotland has the same kind of architecture. In the US, banks are seen as competitors to stablecoins, where in Hong Kong, banks are stakeholders.
Shocker.
So there's not that same mentality of us versus them in Hong Kong, where the banks themselves are actually the ones behind them. We shouldn't read this as an endorsement by Beijing of stablecoins. It's simply that Hong Kong is its own territory, own jurisdiction, and banks here are allowed to do things you can't do elsewhere in China. The HKMA.
All right, Jeff. So what are your thoughts on that? Reading into that a little bit.
China's trying to dip their toe into the space. I mean, if it's going through Hong Kong,
well, it's a central bank,
right? It's still a central bank of China,
right? But I mean, they're trying to tell us like, ooh, they're putting a stable coin. Like, okay, what's it backed by? Is it going to be backed by Chinese? What is the Chinese dollars? Not yen. What is it? Come on.
Care anymore.
I don't care about it personally, but I mean, like, so they're like, oh, it's not competition, and they're not necessarily endorsing it. Well, they kind of are endorsing it because they want to issue their own stable coin and they want to push that out into the world and get it out to many places. You got, HSBC, you have all these, basic China banks that are going to be, and it's a unique system where they actually issue the notes. Yeah, but it's still a central bank and it's still the same old story. Time and time again. It doesn't have a Federal Reserve. It's the same thing, though, man. The banks issue this. It is the same thing.
Ties back to the central bank in China. China.
That's how Trump says it. China. It sounds like China. Okay, so here's something interesting. So Trump, we're gonna talk a little bit about Pocahontas here, Elizabeth Warren, but in a second, we're segmenting to
the News Bros show is showing up.
Weave has my Rode mic. Which one?
The one that we're displaying.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me see.
Like a smart contract that triggers when close to a margin call on the crypto loan or crypto price tanks, where an AI agent automatically get a real estate backed loan that converts the margin call. And that goes back to your other comment that said, like, could it have a real estate value voucher to keep the lien open? That's interesting. And once you start tokenizing the real world asset and real estate, and you can put that up in collateral, that could be, well, you could still get liquidated. But if you have an agent that's out there monitoring it, keep you balanced, then you have to be liquid to be able to do that.
Hang on a second. It's all right.
It's a real estate backed loan. You could do that. Keeps you flush. Interesting. Then that agent might liquidate you altogether. Imagine you get a real estate back, and then you get
that would suck, Jeff.
And somehow you get back in, and then you get totally wiped out. Imagine we're sitting at Bitcoin at 125, and it goes down to 60. Imagine your call.
Oh man, no, I don't know, man. You're just going to be sweating bullets. Like everything's going fine, but then some disaster happens and you get liquidated. Like, I don't know. You might just never do it. I don't know. Maybe it's not the right thing to do. Maybe you don't jump into that, but I guess it's good. And well, it maybe the loan you take is on like 10% of your crypto. It's not going to wipe you out. I don't know. How many people have been over leveraged and got liquidated?
I know. It's crazy.
Well, let's talk about this next story because boys Bored Ape Yacht Club begin to sink. Should I buy the bottom? Well, I got to listen, man. I don't know. We're bored out yet. I don't know, man. Bored Ape Yacht Club they spent so much freaking money, man. Those guys, this is what happens when a company starts getting some early success. Instead of staying very focused, they started doing too many things, right? So you got to be careful of that. And then look at the values of those dropped. They were going like celebrities going on. Look at my ape. Look at your ape. I paid $6.7 million. Okay, fantastic. Good for you. I mean, who really knows if that market's going to come back? I don't know. I think sometimes it plays out and that's kind of it. But the kind of NFTs that will work will be tokenized stuff. Those those have a better shot at really kind of turning into something, Jeff. I don't necessarily see douche scene. Not like the Yetis. The badass Yetis were awesome.
The badass Yetis are badass.
So Donald Trump appointed tech leaders like Sergey Brin, Mark Zuckerberg, Jensen Huang to the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, co-chaired by David Sachs, and Michael Kritsios, right? So this is nothing new, but look at so you've got people who are very steeped in the technology sector. Okay, you've got Mark Andreessen Horowitz, one of the largest VCs in the space, AZ. You got Sergey Brin, formerly of Google. You got Safra Katz, Michael Dell, Jacob DeWitt, Fred Ursum, Larry Ellison, David Friedberg, Jensen Huang, John Martinis, Bob Momgard, Lisa Su, and Mark Zuckerberg, and under Trump. So this is a cool development, right? I'm like, this is kind of who you think you would be advising the president, right? People from the private sector who've actually built very successful businesses. Wow, Jeff. Not if you're Elizabeth Warren, Jeff. Read this.
Well, obviously she knows best because she's Pocahontas.
She's Pocahontas. Read this. Yeah. Listen to the way she spins this, Jeff.
She had a stolen job at Harvard.
Yes.
Trump appointed 12 big tech executives, including Jensen Huang and Mark Zuckerberg, to the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Tech. Makes sense. This board is usually made up of top scientists and doctors. In the Trump administration, only money gets a seat at the table. So it's the Council of Advisors on Science and Technology. So who are these people? Big tech executives that built the biggest companies in the United States that know a little something about something. And this is an advisory board. They're not there to necessarily build some new tech. They're advising on policy. She's such a dumb person. You know, the thing is that with the left, that they just can't get it. They can't put their hate for Trump ahead of the country. You know, they want this country to fail because they want Trump to fail. So every little thing, plus they don't like, big tech. They want to put it in the hands of the scientists that, like to keep researching stuff, long term. Maybe the scientists never come to any type of conclusion, but you need the big tech guys and the big CEOs that came from science and tech that actually built companies that sold stuff, to actually give some decisive commentary and action items. It's really crazy. Only money gets a seat at the big table, coming from the woman that's backed by the big banks. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about it is who she'd rather have, Jeff. She'd rather have people like, the do-nothings, the academics who talk about someday we're gonna do that. Never did a damn accomplished anything in their life. Yeah, okay, they got a PhD. Okay, they can memorize a bunch of shit. They wrote some paper that no one ever cared about. Meanwhile, you have real tech entrepreneurs, people in medicine that have created amazing stuff. And she's like, oh, the big money gets the seat at the table. Well, only the big money gets the seat at the Democrat table, which is why there's this whole garbage going on with the stablecoins. All the Democrats and all their donors, because they're funded by that piece of it, Jeff. And it's like, come on, you can't. Now, this is something I like here. This guy says, Jacob Connor says, I got a very important question to ask. What actual knowledge and skills do you, Schumer, or any of the swamp creatures in Congress actually bring to the table? What have you actually done to qualify you to be where you are for this long? Right? So big money. Meanwhile, it's just the whole nastiness here. And then I have to say this. So this guy right here, some guy named Jake, USM, he's a liberal. No, he put right in his handle there. He says MAGA called Senator Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas after she said she had Native American heritage. Mark Wayne Mullen says he's Cherokee. This pasty white wannabe cowboy. Well, there's Mark Wayne Mullen, but he's like the third or fourth Native American to ever serve in Congress, and he's calling him a pasty white cowboy. Well, funny enough, you get so you got busted over here in the by the reader's context. There it is right there in 2018. Cherokee Nation Principal Chief Chuck Hoskins said that Senator Warren's claims were undermined by tribal interests. Mark Wayne Mullen is an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation. Cherokee Nation Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin congratulated Mullen on his nomination. There's 4 sources right there. And that's it, right? But this is what happens when you bring clarity. Now, Warren didn't say she had Native American heritage. She filled out a 1986 Texas bar registration card, handwriting American Indian. She claimed she was Cherokee. Example, a member of the Cherokee Nation. She had a Fordham Law Review verbatim list her Harvard School's woman of color. She plagiarized various French recipes, claimed they were her Cherokee family historic foods, crab dip with mayo, and her powwow chow cookbook. So your progressive racist mindset doesn't get to disqualify the actual American Indian because his skin displeases you. So there you have it.
Look at that. How great is it?
Unbelievable. I love that this shit's just there. Race, American Indian. Written right there. She didn't claim heritage. Heritage is like, yeah, I think someone in my family is Indian. She says her mama and her papa had high cheekbones. I'm like, that's why you thought you're Indian?
Right.
Because your mama and your wapa and your whatever. It's ridiculous, Jeff.
It's too much.
This whole thing is half, man.
Here at 10 set. I mean, I wouldn't count Facebook or Instagram as groundbreaking to humanity. I would have to really dispute the claim on the Facebook. I think Facebook now
that's what somebody put on there, but I'm just saying
no, I'm saying but Hurricane is talking about. He said he wouldn't count it as groundbreaking, but it's groundbreaking only so much that it's connected, whether good or bad. It's so groundbreaking. It could be. It's been
Cherokee
good and evil, connecting all of humanity.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't either, but it's at least their sources have to be cited because I go into these things. I'm able to add context as well. If you do enough of them, you get granted access, and they say go review this, give thumbs up, thumbs down, so that you don't just get not just anybody can go in there and access that. So here's an article backing it up. Here's a USA Today liberal. Is he a member of the tribe? Of course, you got it.
Yes, he is.
There's a paywall, but there's USA Today, a libtard book right there. There's Wikipedia, another libtard thing, talks about Cherokee, member of Cherokee Nation. He attended a mill, blah, 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 blah. There it is right there. Yeah, and then Facebook, well, like you said, I don't know, Facebook. But this is the Cherokee Nation Facebook page. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is Cherokee Nation. That's their page on Facebook. So that's why Facebook is noted. It's always good to ask for context. I always appreciate when people do that because you have to kind of dig deeper because it's not just like some dude posted some shit on Facebook. Bob posted on Facebook. Well, it must be true. I mean, if Bob posted it,
it was MySpace.
MySpace was fantastic.
MySpace was definitely actually groundbreaking. Was Napster. I think Napster was probably one of the more groundbreaking platforms that were out there.
Well, at the time, it was groundbreaking, right? Everybody had a MySpace. It was really cool. So I wanted to. I told you we might have a special guest, and our special guest has. Yeah, let me. Hang on a second. Let me do this real quick, Jeff. Let's talk a little bit. I've got to load that up. Do I have to get rid of something first? I think I do, right? I think I have to delete something in our thing there. Let me go ahead. Because sometimes, we have a limit on how many clips we have. We got a ton of them up there. So it's, you got to be careful on that whole thing. Hang on.
I think you put some video clips in there.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I'll do this. I'm going to do this intro first, then we'll bring him in. We'll tell you who the special guest is. It's someone I know very well and have known him for a large portion of my life, all my life. Let's put it that way. There's a clue. If that doesn't give it away, I'm not sure what will give it away. And it's not apparent because my parents have departed. They've left the earth. But let's bring him on first, and we'll talk about what he's up to. Okay, so get the drum roll ready, Jeff. We got drum rolls here, Jeff.
You gonna play his intro on the way?
No, we're gonna bring him in. Then we're gonna play the intro. But go ahead and do the drum roll, and then I'll bring him in. All right.
All right, it's time for the chip.
Oh,
that's the chip rant.
Here we go.
Go ahead. Ready? It is. Boom.
I'm here to steal the leads.
Let's not get too crazy, okay?
I'm here to steal all the leads. The leads.
This isn't Glenn Ross. Anyway, this is my brother, my little bro, Patrick, known as Little News Bro.
See that?
And
Yeah.
he's just launched a brand new YouTube channel. Jeff and I were on it last night for, I don't know how long we were on it for, Jeff, a while. I know you joined and came in, but he's got a brand new channel. It was called the News Bros Show, but one of the bros dropped out, so now it's the New Bros Show.
Hard to keep, listen, I'm not easy to get along with,
That is 100%. That is
2 shows and he was out. That was it. It was that fast, in and out.
I thought it was 3.
Better to get rid of him sooner than later. I don't have time for these losers. Okay, we get him in, we get him out. I thought you were going to be the new news bro.
You stole Chip's haircut.
Oh, I got a haircut today. Believe it or not, I got a haircut today.
I can see it. It looks like Shemp.
It wasn't my usual place, and I risked it all. And she couldn't speak English, and she was asking the other person how to cut the hair. So I was afraid. So then she goes,
"Somebody." So that was
not like that. Okay, so
I go to Great Clips. Okay.
All right. I'm not judging, man. I'm not judging at all. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play the open for his show. This is it right here. You guys ready? We'll play the open from his show. You guys are going to send the link over there. You guys can all sub. Let's go.
New show one, bro. Hot takes, piss ball. Panelist mayhem. Laugh out loud. Here we go. It's the New Bro Show. It's the New Bro Show.
That is catchy, man.
Yeah,
That
well,
is
you
catchy.
made it. Thank you for making that for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you for changing it.
Well, we're evolving.
The new bro.
We're evolving. And
It's
we
it's
never-
an evolving, revolving, cool stuff. Yeah, I was helping you out with the graphics and doing the sets and all that kind of cool stuff. But anyway, you know what we have to do, Jeff? We got to go ahead and drop the link in there for the show. Why is the
I got to tell you, man, Jeff, did you make a serious mistake recently and you disagreed or disputed the hurricane?
yes?
I
The
did.
Hurricane was in there earlier.
He's an elder in our community,
over
and he
Facebook.
actually has a hurricane. He's got
Oh,
2
nice.
Lambos. He's a dual Lambo man.
Is he a Bitcoin guy too?
He's Canadian.
Okay, well, we'll cut him some slack. We like the Canadian people,
US or Canadian and Canada.
not the Canadian government. The Hurricane. I was wondering if that was the reference to the vehicle.
Well, his name is Tan.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that works.
For a
So-
tan.
Hurricane.
We're
I see.
creative over here. Listen, so you were talking earlier about the watch community. So that's, we started in the watch world. Oh, look how cool that is, all by itself.
Look at
We
that.
started. This is something we all stumbled upon, but we're going 5, 6, 7 years out. We're all friends, lots, And I thought, you know what? These losers. We lost a couple channels. I thought we dropped a few channels, a couple losers.
So they insult each other.
There was some dead space. So I thought, hey, why don't I fire up a channel? I'm just as good as anyone else. I've been trolling these guys for years in the chat. So we're here to have a little fun, and I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at it. Well, I'm really not, but I'm in my 3rd show, 4th show.
You did
Yeah,
good.
you're working it.
There's a
Jeff,
lot of fun.
we have to do. I don't understand why I can't just share the link to the. Why do they change everything on YouTube and make it a
don't know.
shit show every time?
So this channel's 7 years old, 6 years old.
6 years old. Yeah, we've been doing it for a while. I think South Park Canadian. There you go.
Yes. See, I
The
respect
Narc
you
Bro
guys.
Show is a men's help group.
Wait. What are you doing?
Jeff, go
Yeah,
to
we're-
YouTube and tell me how you share the channel link. I don't know why I can't share the damn thing. It's like
If you can't
insanely
get my link,
stupid.
I'm out of here.
There's a huge question
If you
from
can't get
her.
the link,
Chip, what?
okay.
Really, Chip, you have to ask it because it said, Chip, ask your special guest a question.
What is it?
Why are you?
Why he's cozied up to OC?
Why you dumped your allegiance to Bear?
See, they have all these guys.
Well,
and
look,
things and
Don't know any of them.
he's getting
I
asked
promised
inside
the bear I will
baseball
never
questions
mention
on a different show. See how that works?
I promised the bear I wouldn't mention him on the air, so I'm just responding to the question.
did.
But
You just
OC
mentioned-
is. So you want to talk about stupid names for shows? His initials are OC, and the name of his show is The Original OC. I mean, where's the creativity here? Look at
It
this
could be
News
OG.
Bros
The original
concept.
OG.
Should be OG.
I think he.
Go fund
but
me
it's-
for Patrick's green screen. It's not just the green screen; it's also it's the camera. I'm gonna give him a camera, and then a green screen. You got to have
Yeah.
a green screen
Well,
Yeah,
look, man. Hey, listen,
because
we're just
now
starting out.
you're
You
like
don't get-
8-bit pixelization there.
And you have to get off
You don't
of
want to
AOL.
get too big for your Britches.
Get off.
Hang on a second. Here we go.
I found
Okay,
your
guys,
show
I
on
just shared the
MySpace.
link. I need everybody in the chat right now to go subscribe. Now, you never have to show up, but you just have to
Don't come in.
subscribe.
Listen, it's all for the mentality here. We currently have 141 subscribers. Like, right?
That's something.
I
You just
figure we
started.
get to 150. We're heroes.
I think so.
You'll be at 150.
Come
I
on,
could go to
guys.
bed
We
tonight.
can't do-
Before we end the show, you'll be at
If I can go to
150.
bed,
Look, Bear
It's
Clooney said you
phenomenal.
broke his heart. You broke his heart. Bear said you broke his heart.
the bear. See, hey, see, look at his. Did you see his avatar?
General Shoddy's.
Oh
in
my
it
gosh,
here.
Shot's here. Shot in the dark. He used to be shot in the dark, but he used to be shot in the dark.
We don't
And
see Avatar.
I used to say, oh, you don't?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's just a
Mark
Canadian
Smithson,
bear.
go ahead and I'm gonna watch the monitor and see if you guys are subscribing. Who's subbing over here? What do we got for subs?
Subbed.
144
Just-
subs now.
Just
We need
consider a
6.
mercy sub.
Come on,
This
guys.
is almost like the drawing
Smithson
for.
sub. Smithson sub
We
does
need
not play around. Where's the rest of the crew
fundraising.
here?
I will say that I went on.
By the way,
Curly's
did you know
show.
that Smithson's name, his
Yeah.
Indian name is Running Bear?
There we go. We're
Art's-
almost there.
is
Yeah,
that-
now. We
Thanks.
should be at like 147.
His Indian name is Running Bear. BARE. See, that's a little bit
I get-
different.
I get it. Is he really Indian, or is he like? Is this because his pawpaw had high cheekbones?
His Baba had high cheeks. Smithson, where are you coming in? He comes in from all. He's a traveler. He's up from everywhere. He's not. He's in.
Do you have a global audience? Oh,
Laurel
thanks,
is-
Laurel.
Laurel, thank you. Appreciate that. You sub too. Beautiful.
Well, I just want to warn you, it's a little different. We're kind of crazy. We're a little bit loud.
a
You
little
know, and of
racist.
course. Well, no, we don't get into that because we want
language. It's a little
to
language.
We do have some language. It's not usually me. It's usually one of the guests. It's an aged community.
You watch Death Troop. He's Indian.
Osmond. There we go. Another one.
See,
And
that's great. I have to remember these
There's
guys.
our Canadians in the stream tonight.
Live stream.
Check it out.
Oh, look
Archie.
at. Oh, now there it is. Wow, look at that. Hello, I've subscribed. What does it say? I've
I
subscribed,
subscribe
to
to
this
the
channel.
channel. Archie Luxury. And I approve this message. Archie Luxury is a legend. Legend.
Yeah, if any of your people have ever seen that,
How can you not have seen Archie Luxury? He's like the OG in the watch space, man. You know,
Yeah.
Jungle and I talk about Archie all the time. And then I said, no, my brother met Archie. He's like, what? Because he loves Archie. He's like, oh, what? He's out in San Diego. He goes, are you serious? And I sent him a picture. He's like, holy shit.
Yeah, we flew him into Dallas, and I took him out for the day. I rented this big Hummer limo, and we drove him
Nice.
around. And the whole time, all he played was the song from Dallas. You know, these Australians, they live their whole lives through 70s TV shows.
Dude, they know more about about the U.S. than most Democrats. They know everything, man. They're smart people.
Hey, where's J.R. Ewing? You know, he was so he just played it the whole time.
Will I become
Oh.
a permanent co-host? I don't think so, man. Maybe I'll bounce in from time to time.
Well, I got a lot of feedback last night. Everyone loves you. They're like, you should, I should.
What about
be
Jeff? They were giving Jeff some. They're calling him
No,
Mr.
well,
Clean.
I'm just saying as far as the news because we're bros, and they did like Jeff as well. They were like, wow, because they've never seen anybody new, right? It's always the same people. Look, we have a small community. It's about 300 people.
That's good, man.
And we're looking for fresh meat
It's a
It's
blast.
very good. Listen,
because, if you would imagine watch people, they die because they're old. They die off. We can't lose any more viewers.
Well, what you got to do is convert crypto bros out there.
Crypto
to become-
Bros.
There's a lot of
Well,
crypto bros out there that are looking for ways to diversify into watches.
It's true, Jeff, because that was a big thing that boosted, the value of watches, especially during, the 2020 year, if you know what I mean. Because there are crypto millionaires buying watches,
Makes a ton of money.
and then it all crashed. Not the crypto, the watch values, because when that period of time, do you say that word? You don't have a problem with that?
Which one?
The period of time where we were locked in our houses, or some people were.
Oh yeah, you're talking about I think you could say that.
Yeah. So once COVID ended,
Yeah.
bunch of stuff going on.
There was a time where you couldn't say that.
There was a time when, well, that was the
That's why
time
I
when
was-
our channel got shadow banned.
I don't want to get you guys in trouble, man. So I was just trying to help out.
That was the time when we got shadow banned. That's when that occurred.
I mean, you should.
Around the time it started.
our man Tan over there, he's got some sick watches. But I've since exited that community. I've exposed them as a bunch of con artists. I'm talking the Swiss watch community. They're a bunch of con artists. This luxury goods crap, it's a bunch of garbage, right? I sold all my watches. I got out of the thing, and now I'm exposing Switzerland for what they are.
What about Jeff's Casio watch he was going to wear tonight?
The greatest thing ever. You got a G-Shock, baby? No, hey, listen.
Got three G-Shocks.
You know what? That's a god tier watch. If you've ever seen, like, you could have
I love G-Shock.
guys that have the most expensive pieces, $200,000, $300,000 watches. They definitely have a G-Shock or two.
Yeah, you have to have a couple.
It's a foundation.
You know what it was? Growing up, that's the watch you always wanted to have was a G-Shock.
Yeah.
Now, so it's pretty cool.
I got my first Timex Ironman in 1979 when Ironman just came out. Now my wife does these Ironmans, and I wear the watch, right? But it doesn't do anything. I'm not doing the Ironman. I just wear it to the Ironman while she does the Ironman.
Because it's cool to wear. That's right.
And this is what happens with these things. But they're all trash. They're little freaking trinkets of little just stainless steel gold trinkets. And I've exposed them. I've found some Chinese. The Chinese are getting really good, and I found some pieces that have completely destroyed the watch market because they can reverse it. I'm not talking clones. I'm talking something that they're producing. Equivalent. And
what's
of course,
the longevity of their product? So they reverse at some point they have to reverse engineer.
Well, they use a Seiko movement, though. They'll use a Seiko movement, which is great, but all the exterior parts of it. And then here's the funny part. You remember when they had?
I was waiting for the funny part.
The funny part is that when they had that big luxury goods thing with China, and the Chinese were like, "Yeah, we make Louis Vuitton here. We make all these." They started telling a lot of these companies. The thing when I was talking about the Swiss, have I exposed them? There's a Swiss-made rule. In order to put Swiss-made on the watch, there's an interesting formula where it has to be 60% of the watch's value has to be a Swiss part, or it's the labor, right? So what they do is they get a lot of their components made in China. They ship them back into Switzerland. They assemble it maybe there partially, but then maybe they'll have a spring in there, and they'll charge that'll be the 60% of the value because they inflate the price.
Right. That's interesting.
What about
I heard that Rolex is playing some games now too, right?
Well, they're the big secret out there because they're
trying to elevate the value, but they're trying to block out the secondary market.
They're trying their best, but they're not going to be able to do it. Hey, listen, they're a secret society, otherwise known as a private foundation, and they don't have to expose anything. They don't have to report anything to anybody. But that's not why I'm here. See, I've exited.
What do you think about this, though? Smithson said he bought a Movado watch in New York City 30 years ago for $10.
Is it still working?
He got a deal.
Yes.
If it's a knockoff, I would be shocked if it's still working.
Was it the black museum watch where it's the black watch with the little...
I need to go to the hood jeweler and get a Jesus piece, celebrate the new year on the chain. Hell yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So really what I thought I'd do is get away from all that. And, we basically make fun of little news shows.
No, it's not working. You probably don't even have it anymore.
Oh, man, you just got to change the battery, dude. So
battery.
So what we did was
garbage.
Well, hey, you're right about that. But sometimes you got to have one of those because when you pick up one of your other watches and you have to set the time and your phone's not there, you got to pick up one of those quartz watches that's working and you get the time off of that. But so we try not to talk these watches. I mean, I did for a moment because that's where we came from, but I'm trying to escape that. I'm trying to build a little bit of integrity into the news community. That's why we're the news bros. And the bros are trying to report on shows. Like last night, we did Justin Timberlake and his DUI, right?
Yeah,
and Jeff.
Oh, that's right. That's when I joined.
That's right. We did do that.
Remember, I thought it was up in Watertown.
Yeah,
he was mad.
That's Sackett's Harbor. He was in Sag Harbor, which is Long Island, which is the Hamptons, of course, right?
Oh, he was in the Hamptons. Oh,
he got that kind of money, man.
That changes everything now,
right?
It was a lot more fun when we thought it was Watertown.
Nobody in Watertown. They wouldn't have arrested him. They would have went and drank.
He says I wear it on dates and hope the girl doesn't ask me for the time. He's a resident comedian here. He's a fish comedian. I'm gonna play a clip here. Let's play a clip. Okay. This is at the White House today. This is Melania. She was hosting some shindig over there. And you know, she had Brigitte Macron, the prime minister's wife of France, was there. But
Today, recently?
It happened today.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that music's good, but anyway, so you see her walking out, and she's walking next to a robot, right? So it was some of that technology form. I don't know what it was exactly. So she's walking out. She's got the model walk where you put you kind of like you're walking the line, you know. Meanwhile, the robot walks just like Joe Biden, right? He can barely walk,
Shuffling.
Like
someone said that in the comments, like, why does the robot walk like Joe Biden? Because he was a freaking robot. That's why.
Right.
So she walks out, you know, and there's to the music and fanfare, you know, and then then the robot came out and said a couple things. Listen to this. Here it is.
Maybe that's Joe Biden in an outfit.
Here it is. Listen to it.
Could be.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. I told my wife I had a very important meeting regarding the Iran situation. Anyway, it's better that I'm not there in person because Emmanuel's wife, Brigitte, she kind of freaks me out a little bit. Ever since Crazy Candace said that Brigitte was a man, I can't unsee it. I mean, have you seen her sitting down? Total man spread, believe me. And the way she manhandles poor little Emmanuel, no bueno. Anyway, my wife told me not to say anything about Brigitte's possible penis, so I'm just gonna go back to my meeting. Enjoy your day, everyone. Toodaloo.
Wow.
Did you see how Melania kept it together?
I can't believe that. That was insane. Totally kept it together, 100%. Yeah, Chad was like, "Oh, you got me again, son of a bitch! You got me again. You crushed it again." So, you know, the Saudi prince. You know, this is an old clip, but I thought it was funny. You're not supposed to ever touch the Saudi prince, right?
Oh, right. Yes.
Unless it says in Saudi Arabia. Let me read this. In Saudi Arabia, it's forbidden to touch the crown prince. Here's Trump as he walks by them. Punch him in the shoulder. What the hell was that? Yeah, Trump. Trump just pats him on the
proof.
That's Trump walk in front of the queen. Yeah, walk behind. Trump doesn't care.
Just doesn't give a
Trump
shit.
gives zero F's about anything, you know. And you know, did you hear this, Patrick? That they put the ICE agents in the airport.
Oh yeah.
Here's the announcement. Here's the announcement about the ICE agents.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your new captain speaking. Our beautiful ICE officers are now in charge of this airport. That's right. We are the captains now, bitches. To all my illegal aliens, we have a special plane just for you. We'll give you free tacos and cervezas, but we're getting you the hell out of our country. Adios, amigos.
Horrible.
If you're a crazy Democrat terrorist, please report to your nearest TSA checkpoint for a full cavity search. You'll probably enjoy that, believe me. Anyone wearing a MAGA hat will get to board first, and they will travel first class all the way.
Uh-oh.
That's what we got to do.
We got to cut the music. Got to cut the music. But anyway, they're dancing, partying. There you go. Jeez, that was something. Who knew that was coming?
All right, Chip.
Let me look at the grand total, guys. Let me look what we got on the total. We got 146. Come on, man. 4 people.
You got to refresh.
This is good. Wow.
Refresh it.
I did refresh it.
This is huge. I've just gone up 5 subscribers.
That doesn't
throw it
seem,
in there again.
That doesn't seem like enough. Here it is, guys. Go ahead. Right now. I
Get another
command you.
haircut. If I get another haircut, do you think I'll pick up more subscribers?
Probably not. Let's see. Come on, guys. Where's our peeps?
It's a slow build. Look, I'm okay. I'm willing to
We're
earn
gonna
it.
download these videos by left my ass.
You go to
we tell you every time you have to go to if you go
on the
chain.io.
There it is right there.
You got to do it, man. I want to show you.
This is the kind of news we cover.
And you got to register.
Yeah.
On the chain.io.
There's 2 ways. I'll show you. There's 2 ways.
That's it. You get them all.
2 ways to get them, and I'll show you. Where the hell is it? Let's see. Here it is. Yeah, there it is right there.
Show them.
So if you go to onthechain.io, which I will also put down there, guys, you can sign up for the email. All the shit gets emailed to you after the show. And you simply scroll all the way down. You put your email address and you put in your name. Boom, join the OTC family. And then the whole thing gets emailed to you every show. Well, let's suppose you go like, oh, I forgot to do the email. I missed the email, whatever. You can just come into here and there's all the stuff. So there's you can listen to the show.
Watch it.
You can watch it. And then we put on every single freaking thing we talk about. Most of the things we put more things we actually talk about. They'll all be here. So they're all in here for every show. So you can go to the website or you can get the email. Because sometimes you don't see every show and then you just like click on the email and you're like, what do these guys talk about? Because there's sometimes some good stuff you want to share with your friends. You're like, oh, I got to share this or I got to watch this again. So all that stuff is in there. See how you guys work we do? This was great. That was a great one right there. I think we played that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that too.
Oh, that was a good
one. You guys are really organized, man. Yeah, I'll never get. How long is it going to take me to get monetized if I only have 150 subscribers?
You're going to need, you need 850 more, and then you're going to need you need so many watch hours. It's complicated.
Can I buy some bots? Tan knows how to buy the bots.
When we did the show, we did Jeff's old channel. He already had 4,000 subs. Because we each had a channel and we decided to do it together. We decided it didn't make any much sense doing it, but all that stuff is there.
I might have to buy a Pakistani channel.
See all our interviews.
Interesting.
A Pakistani travel channel, former travel channel.
As long as there's 1,000 subs, you can do it. Yeah,
that's what they do. They get them monetized and then they sell them.
That's what you do. Well, here's another video that I can play out here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Oh, this is Pete. I love the baby video. This is baby Pete Hegseth. Right here. Ready? Here we go.
In history has a modern military. Iran had a modern military, a modern navy, a modern air force, modern air defenses.
Look at the missile.
Massive bunkers. Never has a modern military been so rapidly and historically obliterated, defeated from day one with overwhelming firepower. The air campaign that we've conducted, that Israel's conducted alongside us, was one for the history books, truly. And it's because we have a president of the United States that when he sends his warfighters out to fight, he unties their hands to actually go out and close with and destroy the enemy as viciously as possible from moment one. And that's why we see ourselves as part of this negotiation as well.
Look how fast it's going.
We negotiate with bombs. You have a choice as we loiter over the top of Tehran, as the president talked about your future. The president has made it clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon. The War Department agrees. Our job is to ensure that. And so we're keeping our hand on that throttle as long as hard as is necessary to ensure the interests of the United States of America are achieved on that battlefield. This is not Iraq and Afghanistan. This is not a president who's interested in vague end states. He's been very clear with us about what we need to accomplish, creating the conditions for them never to have a nuclear capability, and that's exactly what we're doing in historic fashion.
Diaper diplomacy, they do great stuff. It's so funny. It looks just like them.
In a version, yeah. I can't believe that.
Amazing.
Do you see how fast that aircraft carrier was going? It was like going 120 miles an hour.
It's a toy. I mean, it's like sophisticated. It's a complete toy, man. It's complete garbage.
I think those are great.
So Hurritan's saying wants to know if we know anything about the VeVe platform. Had no idea what it was, so I looked it up.
What is it?
Still don't really know what it is. Oh, it's something with augmented.
No.
Wait, that looks like the Venmo logo.
No, nothing of it.
I don't know anything about it.
Is this a cartoon thing? Is this a
digital collectibles?
He collects a cartoon.
Well, that's probably what it is. It's like an NFT platform type of thing.
Not really NFT, but other stuff.
Listen, the guy's got so much money. He just collects whatever. He probably made VeVe.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, he's a good super chatter, and I'm hoping that he super chats a little bit. Come on, Tan, hit the freaking button. Don't just trash us in the chat. Let's go. Send a $10 or something, Tanorama.
Send $10. You can super chat all day long on this chat.
$5.99. Come on, yeah, because he's monetized.
We love our super chats. 10x, Johnny 10x.
I don't even know. Maybe you're super
about it. You'll have to. Yeah, ready. Hey, good people. Let me go ahead and refresh, guys. Who has joined the News Bro Show? Anybody?
We still at 46.
Come on, we have 3 left. What's going on with our audience?
There's 3 more of you guys.
I'm not asking for money. We're just asking you to go subscribe. We got to get 150 before we get out of here. Let's go.
I feel powerful.
I thought we would have had 30 or 40 by now. We got 100 people on here. Is 100 people watching?
I came to steal the leads.
Show.
You can steal them. I don't think anybody's cooperating, man.
Show.
Listen, you won't
By
regret
the way,
it.
this is good news. Mark Smithson said I asked all my friends to subscribe, both of them.
Yeah. I think I asked my real subscribers of the 140. There's probably actually 3 real people. The others are maybe bots. But hey, listen, we're building something. You understand? We're building something.
Go ahead. We've been building something for 6 years. I don't know how it's turned out. I really don't know. It's turned out. You know that Nick Shirley guy that exposes all the fraud? He was in California he asked the dude if Gavin Newsom was running in 2026, would he vote in 2028 as president? Would he vote for him? Listen to this.
Vote for Gavin Newsom in 2028.
I vote for him because he got me released from coming home from a life sentence.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So
he didn't hold me back. He signed off saying I'm fit for society. So yes, I would vote for Gavin Newsom.
What were you locked up for? If you don't mind me asking.
I was locked up for murder, carjacking, and robbery.
Oh.
Oh, really? And Newsom got, I mean, dude, this is like a real life. How is this real? Like, parody, you can't tell between parody and reality anymore. What were you locked up for? Yeah, murder, carjacking, and robbery. Oh, really? Is that it?
I think he did it. Don't you think it was actually carjacking first, then robbing, and then murdering? In that order?
Well,
he rob the guy and then steal his car and then kill?
Then murder, then he carjacked someone to get out of there.
I think he was proud of it. He brought up murder first.
Well, that was the most offensive charge, so I think he had to put that one first. But I thought, geez, man.
By the way, did you notice the T-shirt collection these 2 guys had on? The murderer and the Nick Shirley?
I did not.
They're both wearing giant tents. I mean, this Nick Shirley, he's trying to look like he's not a news.
Oh, yeah, they were wearing that. You're right.
Both of them, big white shirts.
Yeah, you were there.
What was it? A KKK rally?
Yeah, it was some kind of. It's like those Cuban shirts they wear.
Dude,
here's Rick Scott, our senator down in Florida. Here we go.
I've got one of my Democrat colleagues in the Senate and said, "Oh, I can't go without pay. I've got a mortgage."
This is about like funding the ICE agents. They're not getting paid. Can't make their mortgage. All right, thank you, Charles. Thank you.
2 more.
He's making $174,000 a year. You know what the average net worth of a Democrat senator is? $3 million.
Yeah, they make the money first.
People in the Senate want to make sure they get paid, but they're okay with TSA agents not getting paid.
Pause.
TSA agents.
See that woman on the right in the white?
Yeah.
She's a Dallas congresswoman. She's a member from Dallas. And trust me, dude, she's worth a fortune before she got there.
Well, she's a Republican. I think.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are worth.
It's kind of like the wine business. I think you make your money first and then go into it. But some don't, right? But then they learn very quickly. Those are the ones you can track because they go in, like Marco Rubio never really had any money until
he became a congressman. So there you go. That's kind of how it works.
Real quick on the Rick Scott thing, though. Why don't I like him, man? Why have I never liked him?
I don't know. He's a great governor.
I just don't know why I don't like him. Because
he's an awesome governor, man.
Yeah, he wasn't my governor.
Term governor. And he ran for. Yeah, he was a good dude. He was it was before DeSantis.
Rubio's now actually pretty low.
Yeah, well, he was always. They always said he was the poorest congressman. Hey, my governor's in a wheelchair, and bet you don't know how he got there.
Yeah, it was a swimming accident, right?
No, dude, he was out running. A tree branch fell on him.
That's right. The tree fell on him. That's right. That's not shitty.
And he got hit by a tree branch. Oh man,
how about that luck?
Shitty way to get. Oh God.
That's just goes to show you, don't go out running.
No.
Yeah. Imagine you're out running and that's how you lose your legs because you were running.
Struck by lightning.
I remember that guy that played Superman in the 80s. What was his name? Christopher Reeve. Dude, you don't need to be on horses. We don't need watches.
That's why
we have cars. We don't need to ride a horse.
Well, you know, Schumacher, the F1 racer, hit a tree skiing.
Yep. Sonny Bono. These guys, they get a little money, then they want to fly their own plane around. You always fly.
On Denver, man. He's like, I'll build my own planes. No, dude, you're rich. You just fly in other planes. You don't build your own planes and fly them. Look what's going on in California right there. I think this might be one of the funniest things to happen in a long time. Check this out. So look at the California poll. The way it works in California is the 2 people that have the highest in the primary, they are on the ballot. So there's a chance that you could have the 2 Republicans, Steve Hilton or Chad Bianco, running on. So your choice will be between one Republican or the other Republican. This sounds like probably a good idea when Democrats were always doing better, but look at how many people there are. Katie Porter, Tom Steyer, Eric Swalwell, Vigor Olosa, Xavier Becerro, Matt Mahan, Betty Yee, Thurmond, and and then there's a whole bunch of other ones. So these are the two guys. Now, Hilton's the guy, right? He's from the UK, but this dude right here said, we got to legalize, we don't have a problem with Muslims. We got to legalize the people in the United States. You're out. Goodbye.
So should he drop out? So Steve gets 30.
Oh, you don't want him to drop out. You want this excursion, if they both stay in and these stick. And then, who should
then it
drop
has
out?
to be a governor. Oh my gosh, then it has to be Republican.
So if this holds, now I would imagine like Swalwell doesn't want to get out. He thinks he's somebody because they're all tied for 10%. They ain't going.
Katie Porter's not getting out.
Now, if one of these, some of these they have to get out, right? Xavier Becerra, wasn't he who was he in the Biden administration? Look him up. He was something in the Biden administration. I know that name. Was he? Let me see what he was. He was.
They have 11%. No,
he was the Secretary of Health and Human Services before that other weirdo got in there for that crazy man woman. Remember? So that's what he was. I knew he was something in the Biden administration. I've never heard of Matt Mahan. I don't know Betty Yee. I don't know who these people are. So that's what potentially could happen right there. What do you think about that? That's something, huh?
It'd be interesting.
That is something, I'll tell you right now. And then, the mainstream media, they're saying, well, we should never have gone into Iran. There's no way they had a nuclear weapon. Of course, we had no problem. Well, listen to this. Somebody did the research and pulled some clips from different years of mainstream media people talking about Iran.
The nuclear program is galloping forward. It is enriching at higher levels. 20%, even 60% in small cases. It's using more advanced centrifuges. We're now down, based on published reports, to a few months. If this continues, if they continue to enrich at the levels and in the ways.
You remember in 2021, Biden was president, right?
They're doing, it will get down eventually to a few weeks. So that is a concrete problem. We have an interest in putting that nuclear problem back in the box because an Iran with a nuclear weapon or with the ability to produce fissile material on very short notice to get one is an Iran that's going to be an even worse actor.
Iran has rapidly accelerated its nuclear
press secretary 2022
program and reduced cooperation with international inspectors. Their breakout period is down from about a year, which is what we knew it was during the deal, to just a few weeks or less.
Iran, the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism, has directly or by hiring criminals mounted assassination attempts against dissidents and high-ranking current and former U.S. officials, including right here on American soil.
The president will not tolerate attacks on American troops.
This guy was something, man.
And neither will I.
What was his name? Lloyd. This is the guy that dropped out for a week. Nobody knew where he was. And he's like, I was in the hospital.
He didn't want to tell the president.
Was he the Secretary of Defense?
Yeah. Lloyd.
Something. What the hell is his name? Come on, people. Lloyd Austin.
Nobody knows.
Lloyd Austin. That's what it was. Here we go. It's a good thing Google's always listening because all I typed was Lloyd and it filled in Austin. Like it was like listening. Oh, thanks, Chrome. Appreciate you. This is 2024 and then 2025.
Our teammates were killed by radical militias backed by Iran and operating inside Syria and Iraq.
Yes, it is true. Iran is closer to a nuclear weapon than ever before. If they chose to get a nuclear weapon, could probably get one within weeks.
But when Trump became president, there was no more nuclear weapons. It was not a problem, right? Trump is, reaching, Jeff.
Well, it's crazy because you think about what Iran has been doing this whole time, and it's not just their nuclear weapons program, but it's also their ballistic missile program, and they were claiming to be building a space program. Now, a space program means you got to build rockets. Rockets go into the atmosphere, then they fall back wherever they want to land them. So once you start creating intercontinental capabilities, which is the direction they were moving in, and it would be an easy conversion from, space to holding a payload of whatever they want to detonate. And then all of a sudden, everybody's in striking distance. And the big thing is right now, we saw what their capability was, and they have capability to strike in the UK. And everybody's okay with, that fact.
It would be good to find out is of all those people you just put up on the screen going back to 2021, how many nuclear scientists we've killed in Iran. How many we've gone through?
Maybe several. So probably. This is the Philadelphia district attorney. He's not happy about ICE in the airports, and he made a little threat here.
It works. you commit crimes within the jurisdiction that is the city and county of Philadelphia, I prosecute you. That is how it works. No, I don't take a phone call from the president saying let him go. No, the president cannot pardon you. I'll say it again. The president cannot pardon you. And yes, I will put you in handcuffs, and I will put you in a courtroom, and if necessary, I will put you in a jail cell. If you decide to make the terrazzo floor of this airport anything like what you did in the streets of Minneapolis, which involved the criminal homicide of unarmed, innocent people. We are not having that here.
That didn't
But
happen.
let me go back to all ICE agents who are going to keep their oath, who are going to follow the law and uphold the Constitution of the United States. Thank you for keeping your oath.
Doesn't even make sense.
Any agent
He's just grabbing at shit. He doesn't even know what he's saying
who
anymore.
might think about doing it an illegal way, I'll be seeing you in court, and you're not going to like it.
Yeah, you're not going to like it any more than this jacket doesn't fit me. Hey, listen, these are federal agents working in a federal airport, taking care of federal business.
That's right, business.
I mean, that's
They
what
do the
TSA
business.
did. Did he yell at TSA for arresting people when they made threats as they're getting on the plane?
Oh no, that was no problem. None of that. Look at this here. We got breaking news, guys. Breaking news. We break all the good news on this channel right here. Letitia James. They try to get her on mortgage fraud. She clearly committed mortgage fraud, but because it was in the Southern District of New York, 2 judges threw it out. James Comey threw it out. Right. Listen to this.
You all want accountability, and we're tired of waiting for it, right?
Oh yeah.
Just a few minutes ago, the Federal Housing Finance Administration made 2 criminal referrals against Letitia James, not for mortgage fraud.
What?
No, they tried that, and I got thrown out in D.C. But for insurance fraud, 1 in the Chicago area, 1 in Florida. I think the one in Florida probably sticks. What do you guys think? Yeah,
Letitia James
Yeah.
referred for insurance fraud in Florida. Now,
What?
John, if I understand is correct, does that mean the case would go up in Florida and
will.
Illinois because that's where the fraud took place? Is that state level or federal level?
Federal. These
That's
are federal criminal
okay.
referrals for filing a false statement on a homeowner's insurance policy, saying that her home was going to be a vacation home, and in fact, she was using it full time for family. The U.S. Attorney in Miami, U.S. Attorney in Chicago will be the deciders. I think the most likely place where a case will be brought would probably be consolidated, brought into Florida. But this just happened a few minutes ago. Go check it out on justthenews.com. We'll have more of it on the top of the show in a few minutes.
John Solomon's always breaking news. I love that dude.
That's a good.
Why is
So
Matt
really
Schlapp? Why hasn't he colored his hair?
I don't
Matt
know.
Schlapp.
I don't know.
He's too young to be walking around like that.
Is he 50 yet?
I don't know, but someone needs to have to talk to him.
Come on, guys. I just threw it in there. We're at 48. I can't believe our audience, Jeff. I'm really.
No, listen.
I'm not
I-
asking
3 more.
They
We gotta
probably
get
don't
one
like
fifty.
me. They probably don't like
more.
me. Maybe I didn't
147.
perform.
We had 3 more. I thought we had 148, but no. How about this?
Listen, you may regret it, but maybe you won't. Maybe
It doesn't matter. All you have to know is we asked you to sub. You don't even have to check in.
it's not like signing a petition.
You don't even have to check the notification bell, and it doesn't matter anyway. 'Cause you don't get
Yeah,
it.
don't click the bell. Just sub.
Jeff, my brother's always like, "Did you get the notification?" I go, "Dude, we don't get the notifications for our own show. I get to get them for your show.
We do now that we fixed it.
I don't
Now
get
it's all
them."
fixed.
Being on your show
Going
kind of
live and
scares
see.
me because you guys
Yeah,
put
we
some
did.
effort into it. Like I see these. You must do some show prep.
We put some effort. We do a lot of show prep. Yeah,
I mean, we just make shit up and pretend to talk
we make
about
shit
it.
up too. I mean, but we just been doing it for so long. We just know how to do it.
I think the News Bros
The
shows.
XRP, if we get to 10,000 subs tonight, Mark Smithson's going. He's
Yeah, I'll
doing
give
it.
you some of mine.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Letitia disenfranchised once again. Free Letitia. Yeah, that's what it is. Send the military into Philly and then send Soros DA to Gitmo. Try to arrest an ICE officer. Cupcake. No rockets in their space program. Plasma baby.
Jay Gray, look at Jay Gray. He's a happy Canadian.
There you go. We have a bunch of Canadians that come in here as well.
Jay
There-
Gray's in the distribution
This
business.
is weird. We needed 2 more subs. Somebody unsub. You said
What?
something that offended. We had 48. I said we needed 2 more, and now it's 147.
I think it's when I told them they may not.
Okay, now it's 148. Okay, it's 148. I don't know. I think maybe I did refresh. Come on, guys. 2 more subs. Let's go. Where's our audience?
It's not the Jerry Lewis telethon. I mean, enough's enough. I just came for a visit. I'm here to steal the leads.
I don't think 6 subs is a lot to ask this audience. We're not asking for money. Pritzker's buys his T-shirts at Chicago Tent and Awning. Pritzker.
Because he owns it, probably.
Charles. That was the last one. It's right there. I
Oh,
want to hear
thanks,
from you guys. What's up? Do you guys sub? If you sub, go ahead and throw it in there. Come on. We got 2 more.
And keep it to yourself if you subbed.
This is what we always say on this show. Look, if you like it, please tell at least 2 people. If you don't, shut your mouth and keep it to yourself. Okay, don't tell anybody. Don't trash talk us. That's what.
All right, refresh now.
What you got? Did you sub to it, Jeff?
Did
you finally subbed? Jeff finally subbed. This is good.
I subbed before.
We
And I
got
can't even tell you.
149. You know what?
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine? I'm going to sleep so well tonight.
Let me see. I'm subscribed on this channel. I wonder if I subscribe to my other channel.
Free XRP if we get 10,000 subs tonight.
We can do it. We can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I subscribe to both channels.
You logged in. You got to go to News Bros Show on YouTube and subscribe.
No, I'll put it right in the. I'll put it right in the thing there. I'll put it right in.
Did you put a link in there? Because I can't see your.
I've been putting the link. Yeah, you should be able to see.
Listen, I appreciate that, guys.
There it is at 150. You know what that means? You're a hero. You're done. You can relax. You can relax for the next 850. So close, Johnny 10X says. So
it's all downhill from here.
Indeed.
So,
man, 10,000 subs. We got free XRP going everywhere.
One more. Come on.
There it is right there. We got 1 more. Come on. It's not too much to ask. Okay. Jeff, you have an alternate channel. I already subscribed without the chain. So
just like Bacardi, 151.
Well, let's not push it. Let's just get 150 here. Let's see. We got 150. No, dude, we do not have it.
All right, maybe I can get a little sympathy vote here. You see this? Let me see here. You see this kid right here? Oh, it's not working.
I see him.
Hey, he's a little kid from Guatemala.
What's he doing? Is it on your phone or what is it?
Look at that. Look at that number right.
Yeah, we sponsor the kid. You know, we have for years.
That's awesome. Yeah, we've done a couple of those sponsorship things.
What's so great when the letters come? My wife she loves reading.
I feel like a hero. Here we go, guys. 149 right there. 149.
Refresh it.
Let's see what we got. Brand new total is 150, baby. 150. We're there. Boom. 9 people sub. Thank you very much, people.
How we do it.
I feel like I'm on
great show. It sucked. I got to get out of here. Time to jump on the elliptical. All right, man. I love that late night. Thank you, Mark. That's everyone. Smiths and leaves when the the official show comedian leaves.
He's like Doc BBW. He's the closer.
We gotta go. We gotta go. Like we can't continue on. Smiths is not here.
So close.
Can't do it. We got it, man.
Well, I'm gonna go get some dinner. See if my wife is available.
We got it. Well, hang on 1 second.
I mean, I didn't mean to get the subs and leave.
There we go. Play some more soundboard, Jeff. We got some good ones in there. Margaritas. Where's our margaritas?
Right, a short, funny segment to introduce that our next segment is clickbait time.
Clickbait.
When someone did a super sub, Jeff, remember our super sub? We do guitars. Where's our super sub?
Jeff, I got copyrighted last night.
Oh, you did? Awesome.
Because of my what's his name? Casey Kasem, the one who was yelling, I gotta sit here and say some bullshit about a dead dog.
That's why.
Apparently that was copyrighted. I had to remove it from my soundboard. There you go.
You need a drunk guy.
In all seriousness, guys, I do appreciate it.
Where's the golf clap, Jeff? That's the caucus.
We're going to go to Delaware, and then we're going to go to Massachusetts, and then we're going to go to...
That's the greatest, man. The greatest.
He only did the when he ran out of states.
That's it, yeah.
He didn't know he was going.
Then we're going to go to shit.
Like, let's not do that. That's a bad idea.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You know, where's the thank you and good night?
Is this it? You're just going to end it? So how do you guys end your show?
I'm going to see.
Hang Yeah, long enough. They're not down there.
Hey, before we go, have you ever? Have you guys ever heard of the Crappy Luxury channel?
I have heard of it. Yeah, you talk about Archie Luxury or Crappy Luxury?
Oh, Crappy Luxury. Or how about Morty's Diner? Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Morty's Diner.
A legend. Be forgotten.
Is that a Chinese version of?
Badass Yetis, bitches.
Or Badass Yetis.
No, but I mean that's that band, right? It's like sounds like the real band. I don't know the name of the real band.
Just some AI stuff. Anyway, guys, that's all the time we have tonight.
Straight to your cave monthly. Without
wait, Jeff, we didn't play our coffee commercial. Ready? Here's our coffee. We got official badassery coffee. Here we go.
$5 for a latte. Half of that feeds some hipster's avocado toast habit. Quit financing coffee fads you don't need. It's time to rebel. Your badass great-grandpa had only one tin cup and brewed his coffee over an open fire. We roast to order, ship free, and keep every bean bold enough to wake the dead. Or at least your 9 a.m. meeting. We make coffee that punches Mondays in the face. Badassery coffee. Fresh, fierce, f***ing great. Roasted fresh, shipped free. Chaos pending. Order now at badasserycoffee.com. Badasserycoffee.com.
There you go.
I should get some of that.
You have cool shit like this. You have Berserker.
Come on, man, Berserker.
You have that shit. You don't have anything cool like that.
Well, not until I steal it from you.
How about this? How about the me?
Wait. Was that you?
That was a real. That was a real glitch. It was.
How long ago was that? Look at you guys, man! You have been around a while.
Before my hair was down on my shoulders. And then of course this is a classic OTC.
The usual, sir.
Please. And then Sir John is he's from Croatia. He's a regular. So he did a video and posted on the internet. That was a bad idea because now it's here permanently. So when he comes in, this is his official greeting.
Sent it to us.
Wie einst Lily Marlin. Wie einst Lily Marlin.
Somebody, of course, Smithson took it and made this out of it.
Wie einst Lily Marlin.
Some music behind it.
Is that now? Who is in the video?
That was Sir
John. He's from Croatia. He's a regular. But yeah, he just did that. I think he posted on the internet.
It's
and we
weird.
clipped it to his dismay. I think he was drunk walking home from the bar one night and he just was singing.
He looks like Matt. What's his name from Smoking Tire?
I don't know what that is.
No, Bear Clooney earlier. He's Serbian.
There we go.
Right. In Serbia or in the US?
He's in Canada. But he is vicious. He's a vicious Serb.
Vicious.
He is programmed differently, man.
Okay, man. Well, that's all the time we have, man. We are coming out of here. So we'll see you guys Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Jeff, and Little News Bro. We are out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.